Well, the original Dead Doctors Don't Lie audio cassette tape came out in April of 1993. And one of the more controversial pieces of that lecture, which took place in a little suburb of Kansas City, Missouri, next to Arrowhead Stadium, was that I said that Alzheimer's disease was not genetically transmitted. It was, in fact, a nutritional deficiency disease, and everybody erupted. I mean, it went crazy over that one subject, or that multi-subject audio cassette tape. And it's a long legal story, but in the end, I prevailed, of course, because I was just reading the title of an article out of the newspaper where it discussed the Salk Institute, University of California, San Diego, where they had used vitamin E as a supplement with people with advanced Alzheimer's disease, and they got measurable clinical reversal of many symptoms. And so I said at that time it couldn't be genetic, if in fact that was true, because there's no way that you can change how a genetic disease manifests itself by supplementing with a vitamin. It just doesn't work that way. And so that was very controversial, and that was repeated in 2014. Okay, it was published again in 2014. It's very, very exciting stuff. And then in 2004, there was a big article published by Johns Hopkins School of Medicine where they did a double-blind randomized study for 10 years and 5,000 people. 2,500 of those 5,000 people, all over the age of 65, no dementia whatsoever, they got a vitamin supplement. The others got a dummy pill. All 5,000 participants were of Scottish descent, living in Cache Valley, Utah. They were all Mormons. They were all following the Book of Mormon, and there was a supplement to the Book of Mormon which tells them what to eat, what not to eat. And they also have, they were all farmers. They all lived off of what they grew. They were very sort of basic farmers. They didn't go shopping in the big cities and bring home food from the grocery store. They ate only what they grew. And, of course, that supplemental book to the Book of Mormon is called The Words of Wisdom. And so this was a very, very good double-blind study, randomized, because the pool of people were genetically the same. They're all Scotch, the descent. They were all the same religion. They were all the same profession and trade. They ate food from the same location. I mean, it couldn't get any better than that. And to make a long story short, at the end of the 10 years, the people getting the vitamin supplement had 78% less Alzheimer's disease compared to the group that got the dummy pills. So it improved their ability to avoid Alzheimer's disease by almost 80%. Well, they only gave two vitamins. They gave vitamin E, which had been shown earlier to be able to actually reverse many symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. But then they added another vitamin. In addition to vitamin E, they added vitamin C. Well, so here's a supplement program with vitamin C and E compared with a dummy pill. And the one getting the supplement, vitamin C and E, reduced the risk of Alzheimer's disease by 78% in a 10-year double-blind randomized study. I mean, this is like crazy. Well, of course, it's a little more complicated than that, because we know that they all ate food from the same valley, the same soil. Did they all have the same vitamins and minerals? And so we're in the process of tracking all that, because there are certain vitamins and minerals that do better with together and so forth. And it's my bet that if everybody takes the 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids, and avoids all the bad stuff, the fried foods, the processed meats, the oils, avoid statin drugs, avoid gluten, the odds of getting Alzheimer's disease would be 0. And so I'm very, very excited about this. Also, February 2005, the U.S. News World Report came out and said that there are 7 habits you could develop to reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease, which tells you immediately it's not genetic. So eat 2 bananas a day, walk around the block twice a day, sleep 2 extra hours, read a book every month, and you reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease. It cannot be genetic. And so this is, I've been redeemed over all the argument over the 1993 audio cassette tape when I said Alzheimer's disease but not as genetic. It's actually an epigenetics thing. Your brain requires 90 essential nutrients. If things are missing, the brain doesn't work very well. There's actually 5 dementias. The vascular dementia, where your arteries are clogged in the brain, and we figured out a way to support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries in the brain. And we can significantly reduce the significance of or totally eliminate vascular dementia Korsakoff syndrome, which you've known about since 1742, is a deficiency of a single vitamin. And Wernicke-Korsakoff is MS, multiple sclerosis, and Korsakoff syndrome affecting the brain. There's B12 deficiency, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease, which is a loss of myelin. Myelin makes up 75% of your brain weight, and 100% of myelin is what? Cholesterol. And who told you to give up cholesterol? Who told you to use cholesterol-lowering drugs? Medical doctors. And so Alzheimer's disease is, in fact, a physician-caused disease. You take your 90 essential nutrients, the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. Avoid all the bad stuff, the fried foods, processed meats, oils, and gluten. Guess what? You're going to reduce your risk, in my belief, you're going to reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease by 100%. Ask your longevity associate for my new book, Epigenetics. It goes into all this and shows you how you can reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease down to zero. And if you have dementia, it shows you how to make it a lot better or maybe even reverse it. Epigenetics, the test of genetic disease transmission. Contact your longevity associate today. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Well, I thought we'd continue talking about dementia here, as I have a story that I found in the Washington Post that is headlined, "Dementia risk seems to be greater in people with low levels of vitamin D." Say vitamin D, people often think of it as a nutrient for your bones. They say that is true, but it might also be good for your brain. In this particular study, they analyzed data of almost 1,700 adults, average age around 74, who did not have dementia or a history of cardiovascular disease or stroke when the study began. And they followed them for about 5.5 years. In that time frame, 171 participants were diagnosed with dementia, including 102 that had Alzheimer's disease. And they took blood samples at the beginning of the study, and then they found that the people that were deficient in vitamin D were twice as likely to develop dementia as people with normal levels of vitamin D. And they said as the levels dropped, the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's rose, and with severe deficiency, it tripled the risk of getting dementia. They go on to say who may be affected. They say older adults, dementia, a condition that involves problems with memory, judgment, reasoning, and hampers day-to-day life. Affects primarily older adults, but they said, but it is not a normal part of the aging process. They said the most common cause of dementia is Alzheimer's. They estimate about 5 million Americans that have it now, and they say that number is expected to triple by 2050. And they say no treatment has yet been found to prevent or cure Alzheimer's. And they say the study found that the link between vitamin D levels and dementia did not prove the deficiency directly led to dementia. And I find it interesting. It's one of the fastest growing diseases in this country. And what are doctors telling people to do? Oh, stay out of the sun and put on sunscreen SPF 9000. And as we well know, your body makes vitamin D, so you should not have a deficiency as long as you're getting plenty of sun and you have enough cholesterol in your system to be able to make the vitamin D. It needs the cholesterol for that. And what are they also telling us? Oh, take cholesterol-lowering drugs. I mean, it's like these guys have it all backwards.
Well, they do have it all backwards, Doug. Thank you for bringing that up. I've been saying since 1993 that Alzheimer's disease was a physician-caused disease, and you hit the nail on the head. Don't take vitamins and minerals. Don't eat eggs. Don't eat egg yolks. Stay out of the sun. If you're going to go out in the moonlight, you better have a broad brim hat and wear sunblocker SPF, I used to say 9000, because you're going to be out in the moonlight. You got to worry about skin cancer, and of course, if you don't get enough light on your skin, you're not going to convert the cholesterol into vitamin D. Now, vitamin D has many, many uses in your body, including supporting your immune system. People know that the rate of cancer goes down when your vitamin D goes up in your body. A lot of great things happen because vitamin D has an enormous protective action. This is not unusual. You have things like vitamin K, which we knew is an anti-blood clotting vitamin, but they found out that it helps vitamin D3 bring in calcium, absorb calcium, and deposit calcium into your bones. So it's not unusual for vitamins to have multi-functions far beyond what the original observations were. And we've known this in the animal industry for a long, long time. And so it just goes back to, if you want to avoid problems, be like me. Again, in June of this year, I turned 75. I haven't been to a doctor in 68 years. I've never been on prescription medication. But I have been taking 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids twice a day, including vitamin D3, twice a day for 68 years. And so I've been disease-free. I have no health challenges. The only thing I really have to work on, I think the treatment for is anger management against the medical system, because they do such crazy things against their customers. No other industry could stay afloat if they did as many bad things to their customers as medical doctors do to their patients. And I urge everybody, as you say, stand out in the sun for a half hour, 2 hours. Even when Shar and I go up to Canada, and it's snowy outside, we'll move a bench out of the hotel porch and put it out in the snow and sit out in the sun and look up, close your eyes and look up into the sun for 15 minutes, let the sun get in your face for 15 minutes, get plenty of vitamin D, even in the wintertime. So Shar can tell you about how we keep up with our vitamin D. Maybe that's why we don't have dementia. Kind of crazy stuff. But get a hold of that book, folks. Get a hold of Epigenetics, The Death of Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And I know Shar hasn't been to a doctor in 25 years because she gets out in the sun. She is a sun bunny. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Los Angeles, California. And Clay, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Clay. You're on the air.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. How are you?
Fine, sir. How can I help you?
I have quite a few ailments here. I've got diverticulosis, lower back pain, asthma, COPD, anxiety, depression, sickle cell trait, osteoporosis, diabetes. I've got a very, very bad memory, sleep apnea, allergies, and hemorrhoids. Can you help me?
Well, as they say in the old record, is that all that's troubling you, cousin?
Well, if I come up with anything else, I'd tell you, but I think that's it.
How much do you weigh, sir?
I weigh 245 pounds.
And how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Okay. Do you have any other issues? You said asthma, you got diverticulitis. Do you have any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, anything like that?
Well, it appears as though I may have the first signs of eczema. I mean, a small patch, maybe less than an inch on my foot.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes you get those things on the arch of your foot just above your toes. Yeah, and that's called atopic eczema. Okay. Now, Shar?
Yes.
Say, Shar,
Yeah, I know. He's definitely got a gluten intolerance, and that's why he's got all these things wrong with him.
Yep, exactly. The asthma, the eczema, the diverticulitis, all these other things. Like Sarah said, you have 12, 15, 20 diseases, plus you have the asthma, diverticulitis, and eczema. This is drop-dead certainty that you have a gluten intolerance. And so what would you do for a 245-pound guy, Shar? He's got diabetes, he's got all this osteoporosis, dementia. What would you throw in here for him?
Well, he needs at least 2 healthy blood sugar packs, and then he needs glucogel for the arthritis and stuff. And he should have for mental problems. He should have the de-stress. And
what if he's got vascular dementia?
Vascular dementia. He needs Ultimate Daily.
There you go. So. Perfect. Okay. Well, Char's exactly right, Clay. So. Again, you have a gluten intolerance, so you have to drop dead, give up gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Everybody in your household, whether it's the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, spouse, mother-in-law, anybody living in the household, regardless of who it is, has to give up gluten. No fried food, no processed meats, no oils. And hang on, we'll give you a supplement program, as Shar pointed out, after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to California and Clay. And again, as Shar pointed out, because your most immediate life-threatening thing would be your diabetes, so I'd have you take 2 of the healthy blood sugar packs, get an extra bottle of Sweeties, so you can take 12 Sweeties a day because you're over 200 pounds. It'd be 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner. 2 scoops of the Beyonce Tangerine 2.0 at breakfast and dinner. 3 of the EFA Plus at breakfast and dinner. And again, once you take 12 of the Sweeties a day, check your fasting blood sugar. Before you medicate yourself, as your blood sugar drops, lower your medication. When you get down below 100 on your blood sugar without medication, you're an ex-diabetic. And of course, guess what? You still have to stay on the 90 essential nutrients. The Ultimate Daily Tablet, as Shar said, this is going to take care of things like obstructed arteries in your brain, your kidneys, your heart. And certainly if you have vascular dementia, it's going to support and promote healthy blood flow and relieve the vascular dementia. Also, I would also throw in the glucogel, as Shar says, 2 bottles of glucogel a month that will allow you to have 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's for the osteoporosis and arthritis and back problems, kind of stuff. And then give us a call every couple of weeks. I want to know your blood pressure, I want to know your weight, I want to know your blood sugar levels. Let us know how your memory's coming. Start playing solitaire and do things like that, so you have some measurement of how well your dementia is doing. Okay, Doug, do we have time to do another one?
Yeah, let's head to Bryan, Texas. And Jane, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Jane, you're on the air.
Yes, hi, Doc Wallach. This is Jane Kobos. This is a follow-up call, and it's with the abscesses on my liver. And you put me on 6 killer biotics and 6 de-stress along with the brain and heart health pack. You told me when I called last time to wait until I was finished with my antibiotic after my second CAT scan that I had. And so I'm now finished with the antibiotic, and the doctor said he doesn't want to see me and I don't want to see him. And so I need to know if I still need to stay on all the killer biotic and de-stress.
Yes, you do. Now, did he do a final CAT scan? Did he do an exit CAT scan to see how your abscess was doing?
A CAT scan was done 3 weeks ago, and it went, you remember, it went from an 8. Yeah, 8 down to 3 point. Both of them, the abscesses are both 3.1 now. Okay,
good. Yeah, I would stay on everything. And at somewhere around 3 months' time, I'd go and ask for another ultrasound, which is a lot less invasive, no radiation, get a high-resolution ultrasound. Let's see what those abscesses maybe won't even beat it. Maybe go 1.5 again. Stick with us. We're back with Dead Doctors on Live Disease Mess.
Let's head to Toronto, Canada. And David, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, David, you're on the air.
Hi there.
Yes, sir. How can we help?
Boy, you're a hard one to get to. But anyway, I want to tell you, in January, my A1C was 10.1. And in mid-March, I went on the healthy blood sugar pack and ultimate dailies and so on. And at the end of April, my A1C was 6.1.
Fabulous.
And but
what your doctor said?
He said that's amazing.
Did he want to know what you were doing?
No. No, he didn't want to know. He said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah, he didn't want to know.
No. The other thing is, well, I had had some circulation problems and kind of neuropathy and so on. But anyway, shortly after that, I had a little sore on my feet, and the next thing you know, a blood clot went down to my little toe, and my little toe and the one next to it are just black. But they've had me on antibiotics now for a couple of months, and now at least they took the PICC line out, and I'm on an oral antibiotic now.
Okay, good. How much do you weigh, David?
Say again?
How much do you weigh?
187.
Okay. And let's see here. How tall are you, sir?
6'3", almost 6'3".
Okay. What is your blood sugar running? I know the Canadians, you would have smaller numbers than we do, so I know the number system for Canada. What is your blood sugar running now?
Well, the only time I tested it was there at the A1C, because I quit doing that. Those strips are expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was 6.1.
Yeah, that's super. Yeah, it dropped almost in half. And probably, another month from now, it'll drop below 5 is where I like to see it. And so you got to feel good about that. Now, on the blood clots, and I'm assuming you're taking the healthy blood sugar packs. Is that true?
That's true. And Ultimate Daily.
In the Ultimate Daily, okay. What I would do in addition to that, Char, what would you do for somebody who had a blood clot in the veins in their toes?
Nightly Essence.
Very good. Nightly Essence, Char's exactly right. Because Nightly Essence is a blend of enzymes. And which one is it that helps digest blood clots, Char?
Nanokinase.
Exactly. Nanokinase is part of that Nightly Essence thing. And it wouldn't hurt for you to take 3 of those at bedtime with a glass of water and 3 when you wake up in the morning with a glass of water. And so that'll take 2 bottles a month to pull that off. And that will speed up the recovery of the vascular situation in your toes, because that nanokinase actually dissolves blood clots. It's kind of interesting stuff. Also, side stick on the Ultimate Daily tablets. A big fellow like you, 187 pounds, with a history of having a blood clot, it wouldn't hurt to take 9 of those a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner, and that would require 2 bottles a month to pull that off. And stay away from the bad stuff. Stay away from fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no Timmy Horton stuff. Stay away from oils. It means absolutely no coconut oil, absolutely no olive oil, no mayonnaise, cooking oil, and then no gluten, no wheat, butter, and oats. And give us a call every couple of weeks. Anytime you get another A1C hemoglobin measurement, if you ever do a blood sugar thing, let us know your weight. Let us know how the blood clot thing's doing. But I do want to know your blood pressure also. But give us a call. Of course, Char and I get up to Canada a lot. We've been going up there for at least 15 years. And I think Char's group up there is the biggest American group that we have up there in Canada. So we'll look forward to seeing you up there, David. Okay. Let's see here, Doug. Let's go to callers.
Let's head to Missouri. And Darlene, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Darlene. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi. How can we help you?
I'm asking about a man that is 86 years old, weighs 173 pounds,
Okay.
and he keeps having seizures, but the medical doctors say there's nothing at all wrong with him.
Oh. Now, these full-blown seizures where he falls down and gnashes his teeth and foams at the mouth, or he just gets silent for 30 seconds?
Mainly, he has them in the mornings, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in bed. He goes really stiff and rigid, bites his tongue, wets his pants, and goes unconscious for about 20 minutes, and then he gradually wakes up.
Okay. But all his blood tests were normal. They did a CAT scan of his head, nothing in there. Is that correct?
They find nothing at all wrong. He does have swelling in his legs.
Okay. Now, does he have any history of diabetes or high blood pressure, skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, asthma, anything like that?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. This is kind of an interesting case. What would you do for this guy, Char? Where would you start?
Oh, boy. I would do basic Ultimate Daily to keep his arteries cleaned out and everything, because maybe he's got blockages.
Okay. Well, what would you do for somebody who has a brain problem?
Ultimate Daily. I would still do Ultimate Daily.
Well, what would you do for his mate?
You mean like de-stress?
Okay, yeah, I'd give him 5 de-stress twice a day. That deals with the metabolism of the brain. That's a very, very good choice. And I'd also throw in 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, and that will allow him to have 3 selenium at breakfast and dinner, 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Plus at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFAs at breakfast and dinner. All that would be accomplished by the 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs. And then Char said I would throw in 3 of those de-stress capsules at breakfast and dinner, 2 bottles a month. That's for the metabolism of the brain. And then the Ultimate Daily tablets in case you've got vascular dementia or vascular things going on in the brain. And so I'd have him take 3 of those twice a day. There's 1 bottle a month. And the interesting thing to me is that he does urinate, he wets his pants, and he goes unconscious for a little bit. And so make sure before he goes to bed, what does he have for a bedtime snack before he goes to bed, or dessert?
Usually not much.
Is it a pie and ice cream, or just a piece of candy?
Oh, no. No,
Cookies
once
and
in a
milk?
while a protein shake, your chocolate protein shake.
Okay, that's good.
Mostly.
What I would do, I would throw an egg in there. Throw an egg in that protein shake. And these seizures and incontinence or wet's his pants, that just happens at bedtime, right?
That just happens when he's having a seizure.
Yeah. Okay, that happens at bedtime. All right. Give us a call every couple of weeks here, Darlene. Keep us up to date with all these little changes. We'll be back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Online, the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Arkansas. And Karen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Karen, you're on the air.
Hi, sir. My issues are cardiac and edema, primarily the most acute right now. They're just recently working me up. I've been feeling my heart pounding in my chest and ear and neck when I'm just sitting doing nothing. And my heart rate for about 2 weeks was over 100.
Now, let me ask you a quick question here. Do you have a back problem of any kind?
Not really. I mean, once in a while I'll have a pain in the back, but nothing.
Okay, I'm not necessarily asking about pain, but, do you have the sort of back that would crunch and pop when you bend over, or you twist to the side, the right or the left? You have to do that when you wake up in the mornings. You kind of get going, twist to the right, twist to the left, anything like that, and pop and crack a bit before you get going.
I don't have to, but I know if I bend over, my back will pop, and if I twist, it will pop.
Okay. And how old are you?
52 almost.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'10".
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
304.
Okay. And so, 5'10", you're a tall lady. What would you like to weigh at 5'10"?
About half that.
Okay. Okay, very good. 150, 160 pounds would be right for a lady. Okay, so, yeah, I would think that you might have, did the doctors talk to you about AFib, atrial fibrillation?
They are thinking that, but they're mainly thinking it because my mother had it.
Okay, well, it's not a genetic thing. When you do, have you shrunk any in height since you were 20 years old?
Yes, about an inch.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And so what happens here when you shrink an inch or so, the vertebrae get closer together because the disc in between the vertebrae are shrinking. And the spinal nerves that come out from between T1, 2, 3, and 4, the first 4 thoracic vertebrae, control the rate and rhythm of the heart. When people sit down, they twist to the right, to the left. They reach up, get on their toes, reach up higher, go up steps, go down steps, lay down, pick up something, set down something. Anytime you're changing position, this could set off the heart palpitation, your heart slipping around your chest. You get tachycardia where your heart rate goes up. This would be called atrial fibrillation. It has nothing to do with genetics. It's just a degenerative disc disease. And I'm going to go fast here. I'm sure Char would know what to do here, but we only have a moment, so I'm going to go fast. This would go ideally for body weight. I want you to have 3 healthy brain and heart packs a month. If finances are a problem, I would go with a minimum of 2, but 3 would be ideal, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight, and a full dose of everything at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would also have you get 3 bottles a month of the ultimate, the glucogel, 3 bottles of glucogel, so you could take 20 of those a day to make those discs thicker, support and promote maintenance repair of those discs. 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner, 5 at bedtime. I would also throw in the ultimate daily tablets. Take 12 of those a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month, 3 at breakfast, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. And that's going to get the blood circulating through the heart and every place else, maybe help with the edema. And then for the weight loss, I would get 1 bottle of the ASAP, take a dropper full under your tongue 30 minutes before each meal. And, of course, don't swallow it. Let it absorb through your oral tissues. And you will lose a half pound to 2 pounds a day. I've gotten people lose 140 pounds in 100 days, so it's not unusual. In 4 to 6 months, you can lose the weight you want to lose doing all these things properly. Of course, you can help things along. You won't be hungry, so it's easy to not eat the way you normally eat, but just consciously use a salad plate for your meal. 1 layer thick, lot of salad. Stay away from the carbohydrates. No gluten, no wheat, butter, or oats, no rice, no potatoes. Just lots of vegetables. If you're going to eat a piece of meat like roast beef or fish, it would be the size of a deck of cards. A piece of chicken, again, not a half a chicken, but a chicken breast or a thigh, maybe, the size of a deck of cards. And give us a call, and we'll kind of walk you through this. And I want to know your blood pressure, your weight, and blood sugar, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. But let's say thank you to everybody. Really great testimonies and questions. Hey, thank you so much, Char. Super job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Billy. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless us. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.